In this segment, we're going to discuss information about agency and disclosure. To start, you need to know the differences between an agent, a principal, and a client. An agent is someone who acts on behalf of another by that person's authority, such as a real estate agent, insurance agent, or an accountant. A principal, also called a client, is somebody who engages you for your services. And lastly, a customer is the third party to whom the seller sells or agrees to sell, such as they will be the buyer. Now that you know the differences between an agent, a principal or client, and a customer, now you have to know the three types of agents. The three types of agents are universal agent, a general agent, and a special agent. A universal agent is an agent that will represent you in all of your matters in your life: real estate, buying a car, accounting, and so forth. So it's all matters in your life. A general agent is somebody that will represent you in a specific matter in your life, such as just only real estate. And lastly, a special agent is somebody that will represent you in one specific transaction. On your state exam, you're going to have to know a certain type of agency called dual agency. When this happens, this basically means that you are representing the buyer and seller on the same transaction. There are two types of dual agency that you have to know for your state exam. The first type is when you personally are representing the buyer and seller on the same transaction. The second type is when you are representing the seller and somebody else is representing the buyer, but you both work for the same brokerage. That's the second type. Also remember, in dual agency, everybody has to agree in writing. If somebody does not agree, you cannot do this kind of transaction. In regards to agency, you must also understand what a fiduciary relationship is. It's simply a relationship created between the principal, which is also the client, and the agent, and is one of trust and confidence. As a fiduciary, a real estate broker has agreed under a listing contract to specific duties: loyalty, obedience, disclosure, confidentiality, reasonable care, and diligence, and lastly, accountability. When it comes to disclosure, both the agent and the principal, which is also the client, have a responsibility to disclose in writing everything they know about a property to a potential buyer. However, there are three things that a seller does not have to disclose to a potential buyer. Number one, if there was a death or homicide on the property. Number two, if there's a sex offender in the neighborhood. And number three, if there's HIV or AIDS in the home. This will conclude our video for today. Remember the three things that the seller does not have to disclose to a buyer, and remember what the three agents are, and you should be okay. We'll see you again soon.